Hi everybody, Crafting Journey here, that Journey Chick on Instagram. How are you guys today? This is the Saturday edition of the morning show. I feel like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It actually is. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? Anyway, last night while I was watching Mickey and Jen's live, 2 hours, I worked on the dormouse. So I started down here in this corner right here, and I'll show you what I have done so far. Not done, but you know, not done by any means. But look how pretty. Those, the lighting in here is terrible. I have ordered a ring light, so the lighting is going to improve on this show. Um, So, yeah, how pretty is that? Those, you know, TSA uses the 2.5 rounds and they're so sparkly. Um, so and the reason I have release papers on this is uh, the canvas. This canvas is super thin, and the plastic that TSA uses is very heavy, and it was pulling the adhesive from the canvas. Now, the good news is TSA is upgrading their canvases. Yes. So I believe fairly soon, I don't have a date yet, you will start seeing nicer canvases, which is awesome. Let's see. Okay, let's turn the light pad on. I'm not awake yet, guys. I used to have coffee to wake me up. Now I have decaf, which doesn't do the trick. I mean, it's delicious, and it makes me feel like I'm having coffee. You know, and I get to hold my beautiful coffee cups, and but it ain't waking me up. Uh-uh. Okay. Poor Mickey, she hurt her knee yesterday. I was on the phone with her, and I'm trying to think of a good way to position this. I worked on this last night, and afterwards I kind of felt a little achy. Yeah, maybe this way would be better. Yeah, let's go this way. So she hurt her knee, and so she texted me later on after her live. This was before her live. So bless her heart, she sat there in her chair because she hurt her knee right where she was in the chair. So she sat there, did her live, and then afterwards, um, her roommate had to help her to the bed. She couldn't walk. So I'm very concerned about her. I'm going to check on her as soon as I can. So this is what I was doing last night, watching the lives. Like all of a sudden, I'm into diamond painting again. Like it waxes and wanes, you know. I was going like 100 miles an hour on the crochet and the loom, and now I'm like, I want to be in here diamond painting. It's so crazy. Yeah, and today is National Quilting Day. And that is a craft that I do want to learn. I'm doing a collage quilt, which is, it's fun. It's not real quilting, but once I finish the collage, then I'm going to have to quilt it. So I've got a lot of YouTube to watch. I could take a class, but I'd rather watch YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube, to be honest. So as I near completion of the collage quilt, I'm going to learn how to do quilting. but today is National Quilting Day. So, you know, when quilting first got started, back in the day, um, people didn't have elaborate, fun fabrics. They just had what they had. Um, and they used what they had out of necessity to, keep warm. Now we make them to pass on to our daughters, or, charity, or to commemorate an event, or just for fun, like me doing a high heel. What the heck's that about? I got my slouchy hat on. This is the hat that you guys voted on the yarn. I love the color. I didn't think I would love mocha java, but I do love it. I'm just squirreling again today, aren't I? Oh man, I am so excited for tonight. Special announcement tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to go live. It's a pop-up live. It's going to be very short, but I have a special announcement, and I'm going to talk about a new giveaway, not yarn, a TSA gift card. And this is to celebrate the month of March and the year of Alice. I'm not doing any particular event this year except for my year of Alice. So, I want to do a giveaway to celebrate the year of Alice. But I will tell you all about how to enter the giveaway tonight, and I will tell you about the special announcement. And it is all sponsored by Treasure Studios Arts, which I am an affiliate. Down in the description, down below, I have a code. There's a link that will take you to Treasure Studios Art website where you can browse and shop. And if you happen to get something into your cart, use my code Rebecca15 and you'll get 15% off your order of $40 or more. And don't forget, everything is not sitting on a shelf at Treasure Studios Art. It is made to order. So once you order it, that's when it goes into production. So that's the commercial for today. So how do you celebrate National Quilting Day? Well, work on your quilts with friends, take a class, figure out how to do it on YouTube. Get out some of your favorite quilts and just, look at them, share them with your family, talk about what they mean to you. Sad to say, my mother was not a quilter, so I don't have any quilts. My mother wouldn't do any crafts, none. My sister and I tried to get her to do puzzles with us. Nope. She just wanted to watch NCIS. That was her thing. I want to watch NCIS. Tony, whoever Tony was. I didn't watch the show, so you guys, I know it's a great show. I heard my mother would tell me, but I didn't watch it. Maybe it's because she watched it. I don't know. I'm very defiant, aren't I? Typical mother-daughter relationship. It's Saturday. I just love the weekend. I was sitting in bed last night. I've got my, I had gotten my tax return and I got my stimulus check. So last night I was laying in bed and I ordered 5 shirts, just shirts that are super cute, that I thought would be cute on camera and cute to wear during the summer, spring and summer. And they weren't expensive, but one of them is Alice in Wonderland. Wait till you see it. It's gonna be so cute. And they, it's nice that you can go on Amazon and order stuff in your size. Yes. Because I'm carrying those few extra pounds. Big shoulders. Big shoulders. But you know what? I don't worry about it. I'm healthy. The doctor said my heart is good. I gave up the caffeine. I was thinking, oh, should I give up the sugar? That's a whole nother kind of withdrawal. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. It's almost Easter. All that Easter candy. I don't know. Last night I tried this Ben and Jerry's. It's called Netflix ice cream. Now I was watching Prime, Amazon Prime. Oops, there's no Amazon Prime ice cream, so I was eating Netflix ice cream. It's got peanut butter ice cream, brownies, and pretzels. And oh, so good. I know, I'm crazy. But I I didn't eat the whole container. Only half, not even half. I was enjoying it, but I thought, yeah, let's save the rest for tomorrow. Maybe because I did that big spiel yesterday on the show about how I was eating the whole thing, and then it clicked in my brain, hey, don't eat the whole thing. Um, so I have the rest for tonight. Okay, Judge, Jury, and Journey. We've got to get a song for that intro. I need like an intro song. Do 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 do. Okay. George Floyd case. Um, Jury selection is almost over with. They have now 13 jurors. Yeah. So they only need one more. I thought they were going to do 16 with 4 alternates. Apparently, they are not. So they have 13. They've got one more to choose, and they'll probably get that done on Monday. The judge has said, though, however, it doesn't matter how quickly they get the jury, like the 14 people, they're still not going to start till March 29th, because that's what he's told the other jurors. Come back March 29th. So I guess they'll take the rest of the week off. So the judge did come in yesterday morning and he ruled on 2 motions. The first motion was for the change of venue. And I kind of figured this was the way he was going to rule, because it just makes sense that, he denied the motion. No, we're not going to change venue. And here was his reasoning. And his reasoning was that you're not going to go anywhere in this state that people have not heard about this case and have not heard about this $27 million settlement. There's just nowhere to hide. There's nowhere that you can go that people have not heard about this. He said any place that you could go, any venue that you could change to, you're going to have the same issues we're having here. And that is that there's very, very few people, unless you're living under a rock, that didn't see the video or that it didn't hear about the settlement. So, motion denied. So the next motion was to bring in the video, the body cam, the police officer body cam video from his prior arrest where he swallows the pills. I was surprised that the judge, he's going to let portions of that video in for the reason that, the defense's argument is it supports our theory that the cause of death was overdose of pills. So they're going to let it in. That is going to be interesting. I am so curious to see how that plays out. I didn't expect the judge to rule that way. So now the Michelle Martinko case, day one was just the parade of her old friends. And they all pretty much testified to the same thing. The variant was where they had seen her in the mall. So here's how the testimony. First of all, let me just tell you, I'm moving to Idaho because these men that graduated with this girl are very soon there. They were all right around her age. Thus, they're all right around my age. They were all really good looking. They were in shape. They were well groomed. very well employed, except for one. He was kind of a vagrant, not a vagrant, but like I'm unemployed. I've done this and I've done that. I'm like, no, we're not. No, we don't go there. You must have a job or some sort of income. But the rest were really good looking. Is it the corn feed up there in Idaho? What is it? Idaho, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Cedar Rapids, yeah, Iowa. Yeah, Iowa. I'm going to Iowa. Only because it's closer than Australia, where I really want to go, because I love the men's accents there. Do I want good looking, well fed men, or do I want accents? I don't know. And so funny because the comments said, out of the comments from yesterday's video, we have 2 more baton twirlers. So there's 3 of us now. We have a whole squad of elderly baton twirlers. Can you just see us? Here comes the elderly baton twirling crafting club in the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. Now, it would be fun, but and funny, because God knows what kind of costumes we would come up with. I digress. Anyway, so her friends took the stand one at a time, including an old boyfriend. And they all said she was so sweet, she was kind, she was the nicest person, very good student. You know, she didn't shun the lower classmen. She was she was open. She would talk to anybody. Very friendly, very beautiful. Um, so, so a lot of them were in this show choir. So they go to this show choir Christmas dinner, and then when it's over, they all leave, and a big group of them had planned to go to the movies after the dinner. And they asked Michelle, "Do you want to go to the movies?" She's like, "No, I'm going to go to the mall because my mom put a coat on layaway, and I want to go pick it up." So, and then the other friend that I told you about yesterday, she had to go home and do her homework. So this big group of kids, they go to the theater and get tickets for the 9 o'clock show, which is when the mall closes. So now, what are they going to do with their time? They go hang out at the mall. And so each one of them testifies that they may have seen her in different spots in the mall and chit-chatted with her. But what came out is that she had a big wad of cash in her pocket. So she kind of like took it out and showed it to him and put it back in. And she said she was looking for this coat, but she couldn't find the store. So somebody loaned her a dime. She got a big wad of cash, but somebody loaned her a dime to remember when payphones existed? They don't even exist anymore. But it was a dime. My father always gave me a handful of dimes before I went anywhere. Call me if you need anything, he would say. Wow, he would be so shocked about all these cell phones. He really would. Bless his heart. He's deceased. Anyway, that was a digression. So where was I? Oh, okay. So a couple of times, I guess, or at least one time, they see her on the payphone, supposedly calling her mother to find out where the store is. One guy even goes with her into one of the stores because she thought that might be the store, and he goes in with her, and they find out that wasn't the store, and then he goes off on his merry way. And then at another point, she goes. One of the witnesses worked in the mall in this clothing store, and she goes to visit him. Now, I think they may have had a crush on each other. This wasn't the old boyfriend. This was probably going to be the new boyfriend. And he arranges with his employer to take a break, and he takes her, and he goes out, and they go to Orange Julius, and they sit and chit chat, and he says, "Oh, things were going really well." Yeah, he was about to score with this beautiful 18-year-old. Um, but he had to get back to work, and so I one of the witnesses, I don't remember which one, testified that he actually walked her to the exit. I think it was the same guy that she went to the Orange Julius with. He walked her past all the stores to the exit she was leaving. Um, he did not take her to her car. He just took her to the exit because he had to get back to work. Um, and really, he was probably the last person to see her. Then there was another woman that testified that she worked at the mall, and she was familiar with Michelle as well and her car, and that when she left work that night, the car was still in the parking lot, and she didn't really think much of it because sometimes she may have gone to the movies with the rest and they were going to come back because the theater and the mall were very close together. So maybe she went to the movies with the rest of the people and were going to come back and get her car. So she didn't really think anything of it. So, and guess what movie they were going to see? It was so funny because the prosecutor asked one guy, he's like, "What movie were you going to go see?" And when he said, the whole courtroom started laughing. The Jerk. Do you remember The Jerk with Steve Martin? Oh my God. The new phone book's here. The new phone book's here. He had a little dog named Shithead. And he was like, "I was born a poor black child." He was raised with this black family. And he gets a job like with the circus or something. And then he writes home to his brother at one point in the movie. And he's like, "I now have two jobs," referring to the other kind of job that you can get. Um, it was just the funniest movie. Oh my God. I I would crack up every time I saw Steve Martin on Saturday Night Live. He was just so funny. But yeah, The Jerk was just the funniest movie. Funny, funny, funny. Um, this thing is bringing back so many memories. So I'm anxious to see what's the testimony today. Like who found her body and like we don't know much about this defendant. They keep showing him, and the camera is like behind him. So if he turns like a little profile, you can kind of get a look at him. He's an older man, obviously now, but I don't know how old he was at the time of the murder. So I'm anxious to hear all of that, like how he comes into play here, because he has no alibi. So I'm curious, like, had he ever been to this mall? Where did he work at the time? Little details like that. So, okay, moving on to. I'm just packing it with content these days, aren't I? Do, 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 do. Okay. This day in history. Oh, this is a good story. So, Typhoid Mary. I'm sure we've all heard of Typhoid Mary. This was the day in history that she is apprehended, and the story behind it is that she was a carrier of typhoid. Her name was Mary Malone. Did I already say that? Her name was Mary Malone, and she was a cook. She was born in Cookstown, Ireland, and she immigrated here, and she was a fantastic cook. So she would cook for all these rich families. Well, they all started, and she was never affected by this illness. They said this was the first case ever of someone who was carrying this typhoid who'd never been sick with typhoid. Healthy as a horse, and not an unattractive woman. I'll put a picture here. But this is actually an illustration, but she does look like this. So they figure out that it's her, and retrospectively they think the food that she cooked couldn't have given them typhoid because the food, the temperatures that you cook the food at would have burned off the bacteria. But she was famous for this peach ice cream that she would make, and she would cut up the peaches herself, fresh peaches. Well, she wasn't a great hand washer, apparently. So that's how the typhoid got into the people. And several people died. She infected like over 50 people, and I think 3 people died. So, my God, they sent her, after they apprehended her, they sent her to this island. They like banished her to this little island off New York with a little bungalow, and they give her a dog, and they said, bye. Well, lo and behold, she hires a lawyer, and she's there for 3 years. She hires a lawyer. Nobody has any idea how she could afford a lawyer. I'll tell you how she did it in a few minutes. But she gets a lawyer who sues, and so they let her off the island, and they said, with the caveat that you can no longer cook. If you start cooking again, we're going to put you back here. Well, guess what she does? She didn't know any other way to support herself, so she starts cooking again. People start getting sick. Oh, she went to work as a cook in a maternity hospital. People in the hospital started getting sick with typhoid. And again, several people died. So they figure out, because she was going by a different name, but they figure out it's her. They catch her. They put her back in the bungalow on this island. I don't know if they gave her back the dog, but she's back in the bungalow. She spent the next 23 years there until she died. Now, how did she get a lawyer? Well, the theory is that William Randolph Hearst had this habit of he would pick up on these human interest stories for his newspaper, and he would fund them. So they think that he probably hired the lawyer for her so she could, so he would have fodder for his newspaper, that she's suing and that she got off the island. This is all in his paper. So, and apparently that was his habit. He would do that. So, can you imagine 26 years total, 23 and 3, quarantined, banished to this island? So sad. She died in the early 30s, but she was perfectly healthy. But she was spreading this typhoid around. Yeah. Interesting, huh? Yep. I am loving this mouse. It's so super cute. All right, so guys, I hope to see you tonight at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It's going to be quick. I'm not going to keep you for hours. But come into the live, say hello. Let's chit-chat about this announcement and the giveaway. Get all the details of this diamond painting giveaway. So I'm not doing the giveaway tonight. I'm just going to give you all the details of how to enter the giveaway. So I will see you all tonight. I'm going to be diamond painting today, catching up on my collage, catching up on my temperature blanket, because it's almost the end of March, and I just started March on both of my projects, so I have got to get going. I was just so tired last night, I didn't want to do any crafts. I just went in bed, watched TV. Some nights are like that, So guys, I love you all. Take care, and I will see you tonight. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I have a special guest tomorrow. Her name is Bev B, and she is a new diamond painting creator, and I want to introduce her to everybody here. She's super, super sweet, and very interesting. So she will be the guest on tomorrow morning's live, Sunday morning live. So check that out. That'll be at 11 Central Time. So I'll see y'all later.